Now you should be able to hear me. There we go. All right, so the general trend is we're bullish, we're moving upwards. We have a previous high and low right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as the higher time frame. As we can see, higher time frame liquidity. I've been trading absolutely horrible, guys. Again, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and it boils down to impulse trading, and then the higher time frame I've been neglecting a lot more than I should. So I'm trying to figure that out. But give me 1 second. I'm trying to get all the things situated. I haven't been live in a while. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. So we're moving upwards right here. This is a higher time frame target. This is higher time frame level. We're still within this higher time frame trend right here. Let me make sure this is the accurate trend. Still within a way different level. I'm just going to focus on this close range. I don't think I need to focus on anything else. Then I need to zoom in. So focusing on the previous level that we experienced right here. We failed at this area. That means we're just looking at this breakage structure. That means we could potentially see a setup form here. If we fell right here, there's liquidity below here, which is what I want to see grabbed before we continue up. I actually don't see a lot where we could move up here. So if this is rejected, most likely we're going to come below this higher time frame level and grab this liquidity down here. If this is not held, if this is held, if this breaks through right here and shows me some sort of candle, then I can take an entry there. That gives me that setup. Let me go ahead and get Spotify open. I've not been live in a while, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Can I get the... There you go. Okay, cool. We rejected right here. We're going to move down to this liquidity. That's a almost certain trade right here. I would just take a risk. If we show a bullish engulfing candle, then we could reject that, and I might be willing to take a trade there, actually. So you don't want to counter turn trade, so this is overall in a bullish trade. This shows me the setup, and this I might take a risk here.
Order filled.
Putting this below this structure right here, aiming for the break of the structure for 200. It could actually go up higher, so I'm gonna let this move. If it decides this is where it wants to break. I need to see exactly how high I want this to go. If this holds and breaks, then I'm going to aim for this liquidity up here for 250. There's a little gap below here, which I don't like. I don't like this gap at all. Just see how high this thing can move. I don't like that this thing formed a gap at all. So we have a structure. This is our previous low. We're going to move that below there. We're just continually tracking this move. We could get stopped out here. That's okay if we do. Okay, we move up higher. We break this. This is a new higher structure right here for 80. We're at 150. I want at least a 1 to 1.5 here. So if we could get this continue to move upwards.
Order filled.
Okay, we got stopped out. Still some profit, but not good. Anything good. Coming back down into the trend. Trade. We do have a new higher time frame. I think this is a new higher time frame, right? Technically, yes, it is. Would I mark this? Probably not. I think it still could move within this. You do break up. Could have held my stop loss where it was. Probably would have not gone stopped out. We failed right here. See how this reacts. Potential for a retest. Okay, where's my music, dude? Oh my god.
I was hanging with you and then I realized I didn't think it was true. I was surprised.
We did end up breaking up higher, so I could have probably held this position, which, yeah, maybe should have. Let me see what I did wrong here. Kind of reevaluate. I thought we were going to fail right here. Thought we were going to fail right here. We ended up not even breaking back down to the point. Could have held this position, I'll be honest. We're falling back into the trade. This should be a continuation up here. Let's see. It's a strong rejection. This usually means continuation up.
Order
I'm
filled.
going to let that move. See how high we can move here. This shouldn't. If we're going to continue this move up, we shouldn't come back down to this gap. We're going to continue a strong move. I actually need to observe this. This is maybe a stupid trade. We did just break up. This is the first move that we did break up. That's an instant rejection. I don't actually like this trade. I feel like we could come down and grab some liquidity. I'm going to actually exit this, I think. I think I'm fucked. But we'll see. We'll see if this won't close this gap. That's my main goal, is I don't want to see a close of this gap.
Order
Which
filled.
we did. We closed this gap. Okay. Coming back down in this range right here. I'm not risking the same amount of money I need. This is just... I'm not doing well in that regard. We moving up?
Order
Okay,
filled.
let's try it again. Let's try another hit at it. I think we have a farther break than what's showing right now. We should come up to at least right here, if not all the way up. Moving up, that's very, we grab and we instantly reject here. I don't necessarily like that. Show strength. We still have yet to break up above, so this could be a liquidity grab and a continuation higher, potentially. Don't like that rejection at all. Probably going to get stopped out here.
Order filled.
I'm just trading so bad, I'll be honest, guys. My trading has been absolutely abysmal. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but just an instant rejection coming down for the liquidity. I mean, we're holding. Hey, what's up, dude? How we doing? I'm not trading well today at all. All right. How we doing though? We instantly reject here. Potentially pulling back up. This could potentially be a farther move down, but I hope it's not. I need to recover this account. This account has been absolutely tormented. Oh no, this is a funded account. I have a few, I mean, I have a funded account, a challenge. I have a few funded accounts, but I'm not touching them. My trading's been so bad recently. So I've just been doing challenges so I don't, you know, lose the funded accounts basically, because the past 2 weeks have not been great, particularly for my strategy, but also just in general. I've not been following my strategy well, so just trying to reset myself. I need to reset this. But my trade amount in general, I have two. One account's probably gonna get lost, but I have a one healthy 50k account right now that I'm funded on. Yeah, that's about it. Haven't been trading well. Been trading for 6 years and switched around so many times that I can't even count. I have plenty of friends who are successful at this, but they're very good at not impulse trading. So thank you, I appreciate it, man. Trying to, for some reason, other than the day, for some reason I always trade a lot better when I live stream. I think it's more so of a, you can't impulse trade while live streaming, and you have to be more cognizant of what you're doing. So that's my main thing, is to try to start doing this again, even with the little amount of time I actually do have because of my doctorate program. This is not the Express account. This is a challenge. I do have Express account though. I just don't like trading it when I'm trading bad. You know what I mean? Just since there's not a time limit on it. These accounts I typically risk like 200 to 300 per trade because there's no point in taking it slow. So I'll have swings of like $1,000 a day on Express, on these funded, I mean on these challenge accounts. This potentially is giving me a move. I want to see it retest before I enter this, but I don't anymore. I think I still have it listed, but I don't have it anymore. I do have a Discord channel, but I don't really use it all that much. I've kind of limited my doctorate program for clinical psychology has taken up most of my time. Plus I work jobs as well. So I do this as more as a hobby because I enjoy it a lot. And it's also something, you know, it's a constant battle of like, you want to be the very best at something, but it contradicts everything in your personality, which this does. Contradicts everything I struggle with, which is organization skills, consistency, you know, impulse management. So I've been trading for so long, and my main goal is to eventually settle those. I know everything I struggle at it, and I'll have 7 months of really good trading where I can withdraw money, and then 3 months of where I'm just buying account left and right. So yeah, even though I'm probably break even to profitable overall, it's not good trading. It's half the time. So having a lot of people on this, like being able to hold you accountable, even if no one's watching, is a very good benefit. It's nice for me because it feels like, okay, well now you get to hold some sort of standard, right? Which I do have a very very good strategy. I have back tested thoroughly. Oh, I need to exit this. Sorry. I have a very good strategy. I've back tested thoroughly, but it is trying to abide by that. I think what destroyed my accounts is I trade during New York session usually, right? And I trade really well during New York session. I've passed so many accounts, done really well on funded accounts. When I trade during London session, I am awful because there's no liquidity for MNQ for NASDAQ. So I just need to stop that impulse of going to trade during London, because my win rate on London session is horrid. It's like 20. I can go, let me go look at my statistics on my document. Give me 1 second. I have a 22% win rate on London session compared to a 60% win rate on New York session. That's horrible. That's absolutely terrible. That's where my losses are coming from. Jesus Christ. I haven't looked at this the document other than importing trades. I haven't looked at the other page in so long. It's the same one I posted on the YouTube short, but dang, that's bad. That's horrid. God, did this break above? But no, I don't have a Discord. I typically do it through streams. I'm trying to do YouTube shorts with just general trades I take. I'm gonna start posting losses as well. The reason I posted wins is that's basically all that I record usually when I'm taking trades. My losses are, let me give you an example of what my losses look like. These are my losses, where it's basically, I'll take a trade. I'm like, I don't like the setup. Let's exit. Or another, it's just a really bad trade, and I can't really post things that don't fit my strategy. I want to post, you know, where it's long enough content, but it also fits some sort of idea or concept I've had in my head for the past 2 years. Maybe I should just post everything, but then that would take me years to edit. That's the biggest issue, which I have a bunch of losses, don't get me wrong, but I might start posting losses. Yeah, I'm gonna, well, I mean, I used to post losses on these accounts on TikTok when I did those shorts, and then I stopped doing that because I didn't have time for those short-term content. Is that a setup? Well, that technically is a setup. Even though this is technically set up, we're not in my discount area. So let me show you what I should be doing, not versus what I have been doing. How you doing, Jelani? Galani? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Well, let me show you what I should be doing. So we have this overall trend, right? We have this area that we broke above. And by saying what I should be doing is what I'm actually going to be doing right now. To do Forex trading, I trade via futures. Forex used to be my main priority. Just giving a brief summary of what you should be doing. Do not trade live money. Like, biggest advice, do not trade live money until you have consistency for at least, and I know everyone says that, trade using these funded prop firms. Buy the cheapest account you can, okay? Even if you know you're not going to get money out of it. I do know him. He trades a very different way than I do. I trade based off of, I'm trying to remember. I someone, I've traded so many different strategies in the past, and I had one I really liked and I was profitable on, although it didn't have the highest win rate. I do know Umar, I don't really trade his style, I guess. I can't account for the validity of his trading, but I assume he's accurate. I've seen how he trades. He does a simple break and retest. Yeah, my old strategy was very much still using the Fibonacci. And all it is, this was my old strategy, and it doesn't have the highest win rate. Now it has a higher win rate because I figured out the ideal area for my Fibonacci. So all it is you look for a higher time frame, right? We look for market structure. So we have this obvious high and low that formed, and you're looking for some sort of break and retest above the higher market structure. So we have this high right here, and we notice that there is the structure that's going to be the most accurate in continuing the trend that we're looking at right here is the next structure that appears after breaking out of this massive pullback. Okay, so we have this massive pullback on higher time frame market structure, then we have this minor structure right here. Okay, right here, and all I'm looking for within this minor structure is a retest of this minor structure into my Fibonacci level. It could be anything below 0.5 realistically is good, and anything that holds above 0.2. So all my entry is going to be looking at is this structure that just broke above this massive pullback right here, and then I'm just going to take an entry. That's one of the strategies. Okay, and the same idea occurs is if we look at this higher time frame structure, right? Let's scroll out. We look at this higher time frame structure, and if we have room to run, for example, we see this huge push out right here. We see this impulsive move up here. If we have room to run up, I can do the same exact thing. So let's say we've already shown strength. We can see market structure right here where we're pulling down, right? This is our previous high up here. Let me see if you could see that. Previous high, same exact setup right here. This would be the entry. And I don't think this one would have worked out, but general, this would be the entry. We can even scroll to the lower time frame. General, this is the entry. This is just a crazy candle. I don't know what happened there. But you would just look for a pullback into the area right here. And you can even follow that up if we believe we have more room to run, which in this case down here, you have plenty of room to run. You have all of this area to run. So looking at the highest likelihood, you don't want to never trade near the top of the range. And that's true. Don't buy high and don't sell low. Don't trade near the top and don't trade near the bottom unless you're trading the alternate trend. Okay, so I don't want to be aiming for the higher time frame trend for a short right here if we're near the bottom of a trend, right? I don't want to really target that liquidity. Same thing as if with the high. The only thing I could target is the opposite direction, and you don't want to do that if the higher time frame trend is telling you bullish, right? Or moving up, or if we're moving down. So good example, we're moving up, but we're at the top of a trend right here, right? So how likely is my trade going to fall through? We don't have a lot to run towards. The most we can run towards is up to here, and then most likely we could consolidate for a while. We could do something like this, and that's just creating a mess. But if we got into a position down here where I entered earlier, right, we have room to run. Like we have room to run up to here, so I might feel more confident taking a trade with that Fibonacci. I don't trade smart money concepts. I guess you could say inverse fair value gaps is the most I trade with smart money concepts. I mean, they work. Some of them work. Some of them work. I have a friend who has back tested all of them. Inverse fair value gaps works the most. The 50% retest does not work. I don't care what anyone says. It's a confluence at most. It is not a strategy by itself. So what I mean by that is you look at a big gap right here. I'm trying to find a good example. We're moving down, you see a gap, and you instantly retest into that gap. I don't think I can find an example right now on this, at least this, because it's trend-based. Okay, yeah, right here. Like something like this where you have this gap you broke down. Some people trade that 50% level of the gap. That's one of the ICT's concepts that people do. So you look at that 50% level in this area, right? And then they look for a rejection of that. That does not work. It's not a good strategy. But in terms of inverse fair value gaps, things where you trade them, you trade reversals that's in favor of the higher time frame trend. That is my favorite strategy. I will back that all day. There's other smart money concepts. The sessions work, session times and session reversals work. Let me think of what else you told me. And impulse moves work, but I think all the other ones are kind of BS from ICT and SMC. I don't think they work as much. They're more so confluences than actual individual trading. I mean, same thing with the, and they're not strong confluences. There's probably some other ones I'm missing. At a certain point, once you gain enough knowledge, it's just really about being consistent, which I am not. So just being straightforward, I am not consistent. In terms of, you'll see a couple months where you make money, a couple months where you don't. I think it's helpful. It is a way to organize the market in your head, if that makes sense. They're recycled concepts, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely helpful. Like, if you buying a course isn't a bad thing, it's just you're willing to spend money on education compared to learning yourself and finding and organizing the material itself. Now, making sure that you find a good course, you know, usually I recommend buying from someone that's smaller, that has shown to live trade. That's the main thing, show that they are able to live trade, even if it's on fake accounts, that they're live trading on fake accounts, to show that they can at least do it on fake accounts, right? In front of you and to a live environment is better. And then that their strategy is easy to understand and they give you a way to organize the market. So there's a difference between trading a strategy and organizing the market in your head, right? Everyone has a different way of organizing, you know, where do they think it might retrace, where they think the price is going to continue, right? Because, you know, some people have in their head that support and resistance works really well. Some people have dynamic, static support and resistance. I don't know what just happened to my... Oh, there you go. We're back. Some people have static support and resistance. For me, I trade based off liquidity. So if a price is grabbing some sort of liquidity, important liquidity, higher time frame, lower time frame, I trade based off that, and that's how I organize the market moves. If my 5,000 tick, which is my higher time frame, is telling me one thing, that we're moving, you know, in a bullish direction right now, and then my 500 tick is grabbing some sort of liquidity, you know, we're in a... Okay, if I click the wrong thing one more time. If we're in some sort of bearish trend right now, right? Bullish trend, and we grab this liquidity right here, and we have this gap from the previous high that was formed right here. You know, this is technically a gap right here where we have this previous high, and this is the previous low that was formed. This is liquidity that's sitting right here. If I grab that, let's say we come down here and grab that, and I believe, okay, based off the higher time frame, we're going to continue up. That's how I organize the market in my head. Now, sometimes with some markets, that's going to be more difficult, right? If I'm following market structure, this looks confusing, doesn't it? Like, this is confusing. This is generally confusing. Am I going to follow this market structure right here? Am I going to follow this market structure that's occurring right here? And it really depends on the zoom, right? That's confusing. That's still something that I struggle with a lot of time. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which market structure you follow. Just think of it in a way of, where can this price run to? Is this price able to run to this area before retesting? And that's the main thing I want everyone to take away, no matter if I'm, you know, consistent or not. It is the main thing you need to look at. Does this have price? Does this have room to run? And how can you tell that? I just removed my indicator. Oops. How can I tell that if it has room to run? Well, that's not that hard. Let me give you an example. We scroll out here. Let's take it from a support and resistance viewpoint. Okay, so this whole area right here. Okay, let me find a box. Oh, there's my box. This whole thing is support and resistance, right? So let's say if we're down to here, we're saying that we've already formed some highs and lows, right? Down here. And I'll make it so it's easy to see. Okay. Down to here. And we're at this major support, right? Playing support and resistance. And we've already had this confirmation. Well, we have plenty of room to run. We know at least we're going to run up to near this liquidity, right? So you could target near this liquidity. Or we could target this high of this range, right? Or if you want to be safe, you can target down here to where this order block might fall. But these are all targets. And if we're looking at this, okay, well, we have this hard support. We're bouncing off this pretty quick. We have plenty of room to run. We're already scrolling out that we're in a bullish, bullish market structure, right? We're moving higher highs, right? That's how you get your best entry. Is we're at a low area, no matter if you call it support or whatever you call it. And we've already shown that we've created on this lower time frame, higher highs in favor of the trend. You know, we have higher highs right here. Well, then now I can take a trade. I can look for a trade no matter what your strategy is, but I've organized the market in a way that makes sense to me. So let's say I take a trade using that Fibonacci, right? Let me see where this Fibonacci level falls into. I take a trade, my Fibonacci level, and let's say, well, this is already in favor of a 1 to 2. Well, we can get a 1 to 3 looking at this safe by organizing that market, or we can go for a 1 to 4 because, you know, being a little bit riskier where we're going near this high, right? Or we can just target near the top of this trend, or if we scroll up further, now we want to make this even crazier. Since we already know this is bullish, we can target that high, right? This high to follow the higher time frame market flow. So it's really just how risky you want to be. But we've organized the market in a way that makes sense to us. We looked at the low where the support is. All right, I'll do this one more time. We have, there we go. We have this previous low right here. We have this previous high right here. Now, what we know is before we break this previous high, it likes to follow the previous leg beforehand, okay? So then we have this previous leg, okay? So we're going to draw from this previous leg right here. This is the one I'm looking at right there to the right. This is our discount area, okay? Any rejection from this discount area is organizing this market into a bullish trend. Since we already know we took out these previous highs right here. We have this bullish trend. Cool. Now on the lower time frame, I don't know if I can scroll back that far. Let's see if we can. Oh, we can. Now on the lower time frame, we have this shaded area right here. Well, where do we change market structure? Well, we change the market structure either A, you can conceptualize it right there, or B, we change market structure if you really want to organize this. No, I would say that's the best one. Cool, we change market structure. Remember that strategy I was talking to you about earlier? We have this little high and low trend that did change the market structure. And we look at the entry right here. And if you want to be confident, you know, again, you target that 1 to 2. We have liquidity up here. In this case, this one wouldn't work out as much if you target more than a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3. But then again, it gives you another entry, blah, 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 right? We have this high low, breaks the structure right here, same exact setup right here, right? We have this candle right here. Sorry, right there. We see the retest of the trend. You know, we're near this higher time frame discount zone. We organize that, take a trade, stop loss below this candle, and look, this one, you know, we can assume, okay, well, this might come up to this area right there. And if we zoom out farther, right, where we're saying this is the previous high, you can even target that, right? But this is all hindsight. This is all things that you would see afterwards. I don't need that to become resistance level. Support and resistance is dynamic. So I don't need that to become support or resistance. All this is all support. At the end of the day, this is all support. This would become the lowest level at this point right here, but you can't really assume that because we haven't broken this high. We have not broken this high. So how do I know this isn't going to just come and briefly grab this liquidity down here, right? So the lower the amount of risk I can get to get the biggest amount of reward is what you want to aim for. How do I know that this is not going to come down and grab this down here? Or how do I know that this isn't going to reverse levels at all? That, you know, and that's always the risk you're taking. But in general, oh, I don't know that much about SMC. I just know kind of the concepts about it. Sorry. I've never touched SMC. I've touched ICT a little bit, but mostly ICT was my inverse fear value gap is what I took from that with these strategies. But yeah, you can look at it that way. I mean, in general, that's like I'm saying, that's how you organize the environment. And then I want you to look at something, you know, we have the new support down here, right? This is our new low when we broke this high. And if we look at something, this box that I drew before is what I'm looking at now to become the new dynamic support. We see the reverse of trend. We actually never saw a retest, so I assume that's going to retest eventually. But this is where we see that strong trend right here. The box. It usually works like that. I will say. Same thing is right here. This is the previous low. Instead of focusing on this area down here, previous one bounced off that. Even looking at it this way, you know, this is our previous high. This is our previous, sorry, this is our previous high. This is our previous low. Same thing, bounced off the second leg instead of the first leg right here. But that's how at least I organize the market for me. I mean, it might work differently for everyone else that trades. Currently, we don't see a lot more room to run right here. I do think we're going to break this high to continue the trend. So this is higher time frame level. And then at this, we're going to retest back in this. I think he trades based off higher time frame trend, and if I'm correct, if it's the person I'm thinking of, I can pull up a video of his quickly. Let me see if I can see on my phone. I'm not gonna pull on my stream because it kind of ruins the whole setup for some reason, but let me see. I remember watching him a few times, but I haven't actually. Let me see. This guy, yeah. Not his stream, sorry, his videos. Trying to find a video where he explains something. Does he have... I don't think I've ever watched a video of... Okay, let me watch this one. Actually, I'm gonna pull this up. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me see if I can fit this on the screen. Nope. Give me 1 second. I'm just organizing this in a way that fits on the screen. Okay. No problem. There we go. Let me see if I can find a video of his. Let me stop the music for you. Do you have a specific video? Oh, okay. That's why I only saw his normal account. Probably is a good if you. Oh, okay. Let's see. I might not understand.
The woke trans lobby has an ally in Nancy
my
Mace.
God.
I'm pro.
Nope.
GM भाई लोग क्या हाल है? What is
Hey,
going
what?
on? आज न्यूज़ है भाई, 6 बजे न्यूज़ है.
Okay, let me see. Buying break a structure. I need a better organization because I won't understand the language. Sorry, unless you speak
Friday अकाउंट
English.
ब्लो हुआ था भैया ड्यू टू न्यूज़ ट्रेडिंग.
Nope, won't understand the English language. Is there better quality? Why is my quality at 360? Okay, let's see if that proves it all. Yeah, no, I've seen his videos before. I used the subtitles. I didn't know he had a live channel though. Yeah, he's playing support and resistance. He's playing the higher time frame trend. If you look to the left over here, I can't tell. Yeah, if you look to the left over here, this is an area of support. That's the previous high and low that formed. So he's playing the break of structure. That's what his strategy is. Break a structure, retest back down, pull back upwards. So his plan is he created this high. This is the high near this previous range that you can see right here. So his assumption is that if price breaks down, and then breaks back above where his level is, then it's going to have an impulse move upwards. So he plays a breakout trade, but he plays the breakout in terms of it's going to retest and then break out and show a stronger move to the upside. Is what I'm assuming from this video. Let me see if that's how it works out. So it failed right there. It still doesn't matter to him. It's still within his range. You can see on the patterns, the support and resistance he has right here. This is an impulsive move upwards. This is the previous pullback down. That's the previous leg that was formed. Kind of seeing it using this level down here is the lowest low before it reverses. He doesn't get into the trade today. I still like his concept. His concept makes a lot of sense. His concept works well. Even if he doesn't get in this trade, I mean, that would make sense. It's consolidating a lot, but it's still something I would... It's not bad. I just don't know what his risk to reward is. I can't see where his stop loss would be. But he has this as a key level up here. Probably looking for a trade if he breaks above that point at that key level. Confirming the move higher to break this higher time frame range up there. He actually would have, if this continues up higher, which I don't think it was, I don't really see this as a strong area of support, just because we have this previous high right here, and there's kind of like an imbalance between that point. You see this previous range high right here, that's an imbalance that's eventually going to be retraced. So my assumption is it's going to come down, and I assume, I don't know, he's on gold. I assume it comes down and breaks below this point before it breaks actually that high. Maybe not even this point. Maybe it just holds this point, but it does something around this area right here is what my assumption would be. I don't know if I'm actually correct. I haven't touched gold in a while. Or at the very least, it's going to come down, grab that support level he has right there, and then do something, react off that. But in general, I don't mind the strategy for an impulsive move higher, especially if this decides it wants to break up higher. I would assume it grabs some sort of liquidity up here and then fails, maybe, eventually, as well. I don't know. I can't draw it, but does something like this. Probably a farther move down. Gold is hard. Gold likes grabbing a lot of liquidity and consolidating and then breaking up. From my experience, gold is harder with my strategy. I don't have as high of a win rate on it. But that's what I see with that. His strategy makes sense. I like the idea of using support and then looking at the key levels. The previous break is an impulsive move upwards once it gives some confirmation or a strong V shape. So same exact thing is we have the previous level where it breaks. And I'll look at gold in 1 second. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do like his key level that he's looking at for a potential trade opportunity. And I like how he marked. I do like how he marked it. That's accurate as well. That's very similar to this, right? We have this area right here. That's very similar to, this would be the same idea of his key level right here. This area right here. And so what he's looking for is he's looking at that key level to hold. So this break, you know, above this shaded box to come back up after a small retest and then continue up higher with that impulsive move. So he would be looking at taking a trade somewhere around here, targeting the break or an impulsive move above the range is what my assumption is. But let's see if I'm even close to right. I don't know. Let's see what gold did. I need to actually go to his time frame. I think he was on the minute, right? Was that today I was looking at? Yeah. Okay, so let me show you. Let's see. I think he's on the 5-minute maybe. Yeah, so it did exactly what I thought it would. We have this level that he was having right here. If I'm correct, if this is the area he was doing, it performed a fake out. It came up, grabbed this liquidity, continued down. Continued down. If this is the level I'm thinking of, maybe this is the level he was looking at. I don't actually know. Let me see what the time frame was. Was that today that I'm looking at? Sorry. Oh yeah, 3 hours ago. Okay, cool. Yeah. But yeah, I came down, grabbed this, like I was saying. After that point, it's really just figuring out what it wants to do, but I could figure out it's gonna come grab this level. We had this imbalance between that high and then this level up here. What the heck is going on? Hello? Yeah, we have the imbalance from here to here, which I don't like trading these types of imbalances where you have a previous high. They kind of like to balance out each other, at least from my own market ideology, what I kind of conceptualize the market through. I don't like to trade those because we have this little gap. And honestly, this would be a better trade itself, because we do have this little gap between. Looking at this pullback up, let's see where the low is. Looking at the pullback up, seeing it failed right there, taking a short. I mean, that would be a better trade in my mind, taking a short to this lower level right here, if you were to conceptualize it that way. But in my mind, I don't really see impulsive moves on gold continuing past this point. I never see it happen. I don't like, gold likes to retest so much. The only time gold gives impulse moves is from grabbing liquidity, right? And we didn't grab liquidity right here. This is where the impulse move should have been. Grabbing liquidity, seeing this consolidation. This would have been a lot better trade down here if he did the same exact ideology. But I assume since you're live streaming, you're trying to, he didn't take a trade, which is really good. But that's what I'm saying. A lot better trade down here, doing the same exact strategy of what he was doing, from my perception again. And it's easier said than done. Again, you're going to have impulse trades. You're going to see something in the market because you want to, instead of what's actually there. Again, another recommendation, don't spend time on the market. Once you learn the knowledge, just look for an entry. Doesn't come, get out. If you get an entry, leave, put your stop loss, take profit, leave, don't look at it, set and forget, basically. For me, I can't do that, but for the pure reason that I scalp. I could set and forget. I could exit out my stream and then go to a YouTube video, I guess. But yeah, that's how I look at this. We have this continued range right here. We're showing a lot of strength. We're near the top of a level, which I don't like. I do believe we can come down and grab this liquidity. We might probably break out though. Let me go back to my 5,000 tick. So kind of organizing the market based off what we're seeing. We have this higher time frame, high and low. Okay, let me see. High time frame level. Now we're moving upwards right here. I'd be very worried to take a trade, a bullish trade right here. I'd be very worried. I'm still going to do it, but I would be very worried to take a bullish trade. All right. So then technically this is our lower level. So I mark those generally in black lines. Oh, this is probably going to come down and grab this liquidity if I'm correct. Let me get my Spotify back open. Still continuing higher time frame trend is bullish. Let's look at the 500, see if we could get a setup here. Looking at this, we have the discount range. Where would want to see this hold? I mean, this is an option right here. This is the previous lower leg. This is the leg I would be looking at. Somewhere between here is where I'd look at a hold form. To continue the move upwards. This is not a very good setup though, in my mind. And then I can even scroll to the lower time frame and look for my specific strategy. So I'm looking for this strategy to form somewhere right here. Okay, we grab that level, look for a retest back into this point, see if we could hold. We don't, we reverse the trend, which is fine. We're moving up higher. Don't want to enter this, but this is a good trade. This would have been the trade I would look for. This is my exact strategy right here. Break here, looking for a retest into the gap, stop loss below here. And then what I do is I don't want to target the full range high, but I do want to target the next important liquidity. So we have this low, we have this high, so target near that for this 1.74 or up here for this range, which I do believe it could hit. Do it right now. I mean, trade on a practice account right now. I mean, just do that. Spend all of your free time that you have and do that. You can do that during London session as well. Do it through futures market or even Forex. It's fine, but futures moves a little bit quicker. You can trade on the tick time frame practicing. I don't know if I actually have access to that, but if you can't actually buy accounts because you're too young, then do it that way. Practice until you turn 18. Once you see consistency, recognize that you're going to have experiences where you're going to lose money, because you will lose money when you first open a fund account. Probably 99% of people will lose some sort of money before they become consistent. Practice it. Do it with a full-time job. Have a backup plan, right? And then once you see that you're making, I think the idea is you want to have at least 150K 2 years or however much 2 years worth of salary is in your country before you start pursuing it long, and in your savings before you start pursuing it full time. And those needs to be in your saving. It needs to be money that's untouched, that you will not touch to add to trading. That is a general plan I would personally recommend, not financial advice, personally recommend. That's at least, I don't ever want to do this full time. That's a lot of stress. I want to do it where it's a substantial amount of income for me, but I don't want to do it full time. That's a lot of stress. It would be nice if I could do this and then my psychology could be more charity work is my plan. I ever get to that good, I gotta control a lot of personal issues. I have the knowledge, I gotta control a lot of impulses. Risk management is in psychology, which is ironic, isn't it? Psychology is still really bad for me in trading. I have a lot to work on that. Used to be a lot better. See that impulsive move upwards here. We do reverse the general trade because we had this previous high continuing upwards. Same exact strategy or concept that I had before. Continuation above this means that we could show some strength. I don't like these type of rejections, especially on the 100 tick, so I'm not going to take this trade, but I do believe this could work out. Yeah, I can repeat what I said. So basically, when you get a full-time job, right now you can practice. If that's something you want to pursue and you want to spend kind of your younger years doing that, right? Pursue practicing trading. Spend about 2 hours a day looking at a live market with 1 or 2 strategies. So you want 1 or 2 strategies that you go with, okay? Do not follow anything else. It could be any strategy. Any strategy can be profitable. Almost any strategy can be profitable, okay? With the right risk management. So practice that. Practice knowing exactly what your position size is in the moment. So if I look at this and I draw this, and let's say I'm putting a trade down here, I know 20 ticks. I know what my position size is almost instantly for 20 ticks on the for my contracts. Each 2 contracts are worth $1. So if I wanted to risk $100, I would need 10 contracts, right? So knowing what your position size is immediately, and then practice entering on that position size on a fake account, and then practice when you're taking those fake trades, right? Not really fake, but fake trades, practice journaling them, right? I got an entry right here. Am I going to take this? Probably. If it retest, I missed the actual entry. Oops. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go ahead and
Order
take this
filled.
and just hope with half position size. And then hope this is the impulsive move that's breaking upwards. Did not get the ideal entry. I'm not even risking my full position. I'm risking half my position size right now. A little bit more than half. So it retested twice here. We held impulsive move up. I would feel confident that this is going to move up higher. I might actually doctoral, yeah, clinical psychology. Not medical. Not medical at all. I wish I was medical. No, I don't. That they want in. I have a lot of stress. They have a lot of stress. They have double the stress as me, at least, that you got to manage in medical school. And then afterwards with the internship, you're working like 50, like 80 hours a week, 70 hours a week. Oh, you're good. I don't care. I'm not worried about this. I do believe this is going to move a lot higher. I'm just letting this trade move. I'm trying to get what my actual risk to reward would be, which is really, I'm trying to find another entry for this trade. I got to be careful here. Let me show you. If this closes below this point, we're going to have a further retest below this wick. So I could get a better entry right here if this closes below full candle closure below that point. So I want to see how this reacts here. Still same exact idea since we haven't retested this wick. We're going to retest into this before I continue higher. Dude, I'm so mad I didn't get a full position side. This is the ideal entry. So this is my strategy. We know we're bullish, right? We pulled into this discounted zone that I marked before, same exact idea. I could look at it as in terms of, I gotta be careful though, so I don't get distracted. I can look at it in terms of, you know, discounted range. It's not my Fibonacci, right? This fits both of my strategies technically. Discounted range right here. I don't know if you could see this red, but falls perfectly within that. And then we look at it even lower. On the 500 tick, we can see that we grabbed liquidity right here. So this is a previous high and low that was formed. Grab liquidity. This is the box. We see an instant rejection. I just didn't get the retest I wanted. I usually want to see a small little wick retest into the top side of this box, with my stop loss being down here. And this would have been a way better entry. And I would have only had to target this high, which sucks. Okay, let's see how this reacts here. I want to be very careful at this point that I don't get, I'm going to exit this if this closes below this range. This shouldn't now, but there's always a chance. I should really add to this position, but I'm not going to, since we're in an area where I'm very worried about this retesting back down and giving me a further move downwards. We created a new higher high, so this is technically our low down here. This should not break below this area down here if we're going to continue this trend, but I would like to get a better entry. So again, closing below this gap is an exit criteria for me right now. This box I have. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't know that this was... Give me 1 second. Let me fix this. That's pretty annoying. That would annoy me. Let me make this smaller. I don't know how to make this look nicer, to be honest. Dude. Ah. We held that box. My stop loss is going to be below that box. Mental stop loss. Okay, how do I fix this, guys? Is anyone good at technology? I'm struggling, man. Alright, well, this is going to be separated. Sorry if this is a little bit annoying. The spacing is... Basically do it because it annoys me. It's just going to have to be like that. I'm sorry. I got to figure it out later. How to make it look nicer. Okay, stop loss is below here now. This should hold. We created a new high. Move this down here. We might grab liquidity. I might just move this to break even at this point. I'm still targeting this way farther range. I could have probably exited it already if I entered with my full position sizing. But I guess I'm targeting a way farther trade. This is good experience. Okay, let me fix this. Why this is moving. This is probably going to stop me out, just to be honest, guys. Wasn't the best entry. I knew where it was going to go, but it wasn't giving me the full setup. Okay. Sure, we'll go based off that. We held here. Stop loss below here now, since that held. Make it a little bit bigger for you. I think I'm going to play this a little bit safer. Let's just target 300. I don't think it can move. I don't feel safe with it moving all the way up there. I'll close at the next red candle. Actually, let's just do it that way since I got such a poor entry. Next red candle, next 2 red candles I see, I'm exiting. Yeah, what's up, man? Should I leave off the just kind of crop this and only have the P&L, the left P&L? I mean the right P&L. Yeah, but any advice I always appreciate. We failed here. I want at least 300. That's what I settled with. I've already gotten a 1 to 2 though. I should have probably settled with that, but yeah, what was your advice though? I mean, at this point, is $60 even worth it? It's gonna stop me out here. Maybe. Probably. Is my music too loud? I think I had it there last time. Let's put it there. Can we not fail right here? I would like to see some sort of impulsive move eventually. That would be great. Look at the 5,000. We're rejecting. We're going to come down for that liquidity, sadly. And start plotting. Oh, I think that's my issue. I want it to be more education. I don't want it just to be a indicator, if that makes sense. Because of how I trade, I can't really give information on swing trading or even longer term daily trading since I scalp. I think that's my issue with putting like buy or sell indicators. Also, tactically, I see that as financial advice, which could get me in trouble. This is going to stop me out. Almost 100% going to stop me out. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. If that's what you're asking or recommending, I would. Okay.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm good. Stopped out there. I'm trying to figure out. So like having a, so instead of having one of these over here, let me see, instead of having one and a P&L there, just having a buy or sell indicator, saying if I'm bullish or bearish, or a higher time frame trend. This is what I was looking at right here. Let's see if that shows me that setup. Dude, you don't even some of my videos I used to make, I don't even know what's on my thing. Some of the things I used to make, I'm a very goofy guy generally. It's like goofy sometimes, analytical, trying to be very analytical the other times. And I'm very bad at organization and kind of artistic expression. So trying to do any type of editing blows my head in. But in terms of like the streams, I could definitely try it out. Let me see let's see how this reacts here. We're not even in my shaded area. What would be the exact, so my look right here on my stream right here, I don't know how to do a lot of things. That's kind of my issue. Oh, this is another setup, sadly. Shoot. Oh, and give one trade. Oh, that makes sense. It's very hard for me. I mean, I guess I could technically do that on gold. Something I'm looking at. It's just I scalp so much. My average trade time is 3 minutes. My average entry and exit time is 2 to 3 minutes. So I could do that for longer people that trade longer term. I also missed my entry right here. Again, oops. That wasn't your fault. That was just me zoning out. This was going to be my setup. That's sad. It's going to retest back down, though. Potentially give me another entry. No, I like the recommendation. I do think that helps for a lot of people, especially people with slower pace. I need to do something like that. I need to figure out a way to do it. Maybe I'll start streams when I'm already looking at a trade instead of starting streams just randomly. That might be a better thing. Like I'm already looking for a trade, so once I'll start the stream once I'm about to enter a trade, and I could also make a YouTube short out of that initial trade per day. That makes sense. And then have a higher time frame bias. So for people that trade, I can maybe have a 15-minute bias for people that trade on the 15-minute time frame. This is also moving all the way up. I would be dumb to not take a trade, a longer term trade up here. Just let it
Order
trail.
filled.
I mean, this would be stupid not to let this just move. I can definitely get some move out of this. Let me see how high I want to see this go. Okay, I need to go to the 15-minute. Maybe I need to go to the 1 hour. Is there anything? Any level inclination that gives me an idea of how far this is going to go? No, this is the highest we've reached. Okay. Well, oops. This isn't even a strategy, guy. I'm just basically, I see we broke this zone. I 100% believe this thing's just going to move up right now. And maybe I'm wrong. But, oh, I don't like that. This needs to break up here. Don't want to see this close weak, please. Thank you. There you go. Let's just see how far this thing can move. This is 1,000 ticks, by the way. Is this news? This is not any news. This thing's gonna move all the way up, and I'm fine with that. Oh, okay. I'll try. I mean, I know why. I know some of the reasons. Some people have come in and told me that I could do a lot better on views. Not saying that that's probably the first time I got that advice for it, which I probably do need to implement. I just need to figure out a way that would work for me. Because it changes so quick. That's my issue. This is going to get... Let me see if I can figure out a different way. I'm going to move this to break even. I don't even want to take a risk of losing this trade. If it comes up to 200, I'll exit there. Just because this wasn't even a strategy. This was just a... This is just something I knew that was going to move up. I need to figure out a way to market. I need to organize this better too. I might go copy someone else's stream. I know that's bad. I might go copy someone else's markings. That might be the best way. Give me 1 second. I'll be back in 1 sec. I just gotta close the door. That might be a better way. I need to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do. How I'm gonna do that is a good thing. Fix on. I like giving free things though. I'm never going to sell a course. I don't foresee myself ever doing that. I've used to teach a bunch of people in Discord for free who a few of them are actually a bunch, I would say like 8. A few of them actually are making a substantial amount of income now, which I'm very glad that they're doing better than me. But you know, it just all comes down to psychology at the end of the day. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I like teaching. Maybe eventually I'll do a Discord when I feel more confident in myself again. This is just and again, the reason I moved this to break even, this is not part of any of my strategies. The reason I entered, I just knew impulse entry, but I've seen this so many times, the setup so many times that I just wanted to enter it. But I need to figure out a way. I'm fine giving free things on stream because not a lot of people watch stream videos. I try to be a more like you shorts. I try to just be more broad on it, because if you're asking me questions and you want to learn genuinely, I'm here to help you out. I have all the knowledge of the world in trading, and I can't use any of it properly anymore. My competency and self-esteem in terms of trading has gone down so much recently, which it's part of the move. It's part of the experience that you're going to have. But no, I appreciate you saying I'm a good teacher. I teach. That's one of my jobs. So. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I guess like you're saying, when you value free thing, like people don't value free things to some degree. I don't know if that's necessarily what you're saying, but that's kind of what I took it as. And I agree with that. People will come in here and take it, either don't find it important. So for trying to actually gain viewership, it's not really important for, you know, explaining the strategy or anything like that, because people don't care. People are here to see people make money and get free entries on the streams, right? At the end of the day, that's what is going to get the views. And if people ask questions, I could always explain it. I think you're right on that regard. Oh, this is an entry on my lower time frame, isn't it? No, I hate these stupid gaps. Hate those gaps so much. Is that what you mean? Am I kind of understanding that the correct way? So kind of, I understand what you say. So let's just do it right here. Let's see if I can mark this out. in an organized way. Let me copy someone else's stream. Give me 1 second. This is clean. Now this is clean price action right here. This is what you want to see if you like trading. Oh, I'm saying you're talking about the edge that I have without revealing my strategy. So many people trade this. I think the difference, what I'll do in the future is if I do start to gain traction, I might delete the streams. I've deleted a bunch of past streams. I have probably 500 hidden streams on this channel. Not even 500, like 400, 300. The issue is I took a 1.5 to 2 year break on my channel. Something around that. Like I posted a few shorts in between or a few videos, but and then I hit all my past streams. I think if I start to gain any traction, I might hide all my past streams. But for anyone that joins me currently, for a few people, I think I might keep it open right now. But I really do like the idea of trying to make it more user friendly, where maybe this looks fine. You know, you can see in the middle of the screen with the P&L and stuff. Try to spice that up and make that look a little bit nicer. But I'm talking about more so the organization of my chart right here. Making it so people can see my chart and then understand what I'm doing or what I'm aiming for immediately. I actually like that a lot. Trying to figure out a way to come up with some sort of plan of organization to where I have specific outlines for my lines right here, for my boxes, so it's very easily visually, you know, it's an easy way to visually organize. And then maybe what else do I even use? My path, making this look nicer, changing the color on that. The issue is I just like black lines so much. I do agree. Maybe I don't need to reveal my strategy. I see why other people don't reveal their strategies as well. It takes away the edge of the market. But I think the difference is, in order to have any move in this market, especially for NASDAQ, you need to be basically a multi-millionaire to have any influence, or have multi-million dollars being traded under your specific strategy. Not even that, probably about $400-300 million being traded under your specific strategy to have any impact. So right now I feel like I'm going to be fine with sharing it, and in the future I'll reduce that amount. I'll probably hide my streams and not put it under a paid course, but maybe put it under a education, just a one-on-one, if I ever want to make additional money to pay back some tuition. But I need to show some sort of consistency again before I do that. That's my main goal, is like I can't really hide anything if I'm not showing consistency, right? The only thing I can't hide is showing my losses and my poor entries. Which is why I do live stream, by the way. I want people to see that it's not all, you know, you're going to make money, which you know, Jelani, 100% by watching other people, how much it is easy to put on a facade, a fake persona and a fake ideology of how trading will go. The reality is this is the most entertaining trading is going to get, because I'm trading on such a low time frame. In reality, if you look at anyone else's stream, they're trading on a minute. This is how boring a minute can be. Live streaming it. That's why a lot of people watch videos or react to content whenever they're trading or talking with chat. All right, I'm going to try to mark it out. Let's see if we can come up with an organized way. Do you have any way that you specifically... How's the person do the tags? How does he do the tagged markers? Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. I think it all comes down to the algorithm at the end of the day. What is visually appealing? And I might need to find someone that can set up my stream for me in a way that's visually appealing. Maybe just spend some money or see if I have some friends that do content. So maybe I can ask him if he could help me organize my stream a little bit better. He has 500K. Yeah, I think 500K TikTok and then 200K Instagram, and then he live streams as well. So I might ask him. Actually, how much does he have on TikTok now? Let me see. He's been going edit on streams and TikToks recently. Props to him. His name's Tillo, by the way, if you guys are wondering. I play a lot of games with him. I don't actually know how many subscribers he has. I haven't checked this in a long time. Maybe I'm way off. Oh, wait, no, I'm way off. He hasn't even been doing TikTok recently. 104K. Not even close, dude. What am I talking about? His Instagram has way more right now. Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time. I'm gonna try to not copy someone else's stream, because I do like how I do my P&L, my balance and stuff like that on here. I need to figure out a way to where it looks more professional. Maybe put some boxes around each one of these, separate these two, so do something like this. So remove this text up here. Okay, so remove that, and then give it a description. Where should I put the description? The description in the upper point, or see description. This is basically, I will say this down here. This text up here, this isn't even promotion. This is just the app I use the most. To be honest, I have probably the most hours on this app. Okay, I'm gonna remove that. Let me go ahead and remove it. Where's my text? Okay, there we go. I can move this down here. Should I just take away the subscribe button as well? Or just add it in the bottom of my screen? Also, let me enter this trade in a second. Oh, this is reversed. This thing's coming. Yeah, I can go ahead and do this. There you go. Let's see. That's kind of my plan right now for it. Okay, where should I put the subscribe thing? Maybe. So I know the little text that comes up when you look at the YouTube short on your phone. The video, the live, it comes all the way up to the very bottom of my face cam. Okay. Okay, and I'll say see description instead. Let me do that. Thank you for these ideas. I've asked a few people, and generally they say, "Oh, it looks fine," but I actually do like these. So like, just see channel description, or just see a description. No, I don't like that text though. I need to figure out. I'm so bad at organization. Okay. Check description. I like that. And then maybe instead of having a background. Yeah, I've asked ChatGPT. It gave me this. It's as its answer. It was horrible. Red. I need to actually just ask my friend too. See what he recommends. Okay, and then maybe I could do white for the color right now. I don't like that. Maybe I'm just gonna take it off. I might take it off right now and figure it out later. But like something like that, and then figure out something around here where my profit and loss is and things like that. Figure out a way to make that look cleaner. And then organize, kind of come up with an idea of this right here. Right? Where I kind of mark out the streams as well. Anything else I should add on this? Maybe a time, a clock. Having a nice little clock up here. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out ways to make this look nicer. Thank you, though, for your suggestions. I do appreciate it. That's the hard part about the YouTube short, okay? I don't know how to make my screen bigger because it cuts things off. This is already kind of cutting off. Let me give you an example. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I like that. Okay, let me do this. I do like that. Let me change that. Is that about the cutoff area? Like that, right? Okay. And then let me get my white background. What I like to do here. Wait 1 second. How does that look on the stream? Is that like not being cut off by the edges? Can I make it a little bit bigger? Oh, my white background's really poor right now. Make my cam smaller. Okay. I'll try it. I mean, I don't mind messing with this right now. Okay. Here, what? Well, I realized very soon I do not have an eye. I am not an artist, nor am I ever going to be in that type of field very quickly. Oh, man. I'm going to fix my cam. Give me 1 second. Can I move this? It's a little bit annoying, but keep that there for right now. Let me take off this. Oh, nope. Where's my face cam? Thank you, though. Video camera, capture device. Oh. Where's my camera? Oh, that's because it's locked. Oops. Okay, so let's make this smaller. Okay. Like this size, would you say? Oh, I got an idea. Give me 1 second. Let me know if this works. See if this works. I might have to make it manually smaller, which sucks. Dude, I wish I knew any streamers other than my friend. Which I don't even know how his setup looks. He streams without me. No, I'm joking. But no, he streams different content, so it would never work. He's not a Okay, let me see. Okay, so we have that. Let's see if I can make this a little bit more visually appealing. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Instead. So I got an idea. No? Okay. Should I have the chart where my face is? Also, this is a bearish trade. This is moving down. Potentially grabbing this liquidity up here and then moving down. Sorry. I was going to say something like this. That's a little bit too visually demanding. Yeah, that's too visually demanding. I like this more. Okay, let's put this down over this side and have these spaces in between. Maybe I can make this bigger. Probably not the thing I should be doing now, but hey, who cares? Let me get this subscribe thing. I need to figure that out later. Okay, we'll take that away. Make this more organized. Okay. Let's pull up someone else's stream. Screw it. See if I can find a trader's YouTube stream. White background? Okay. Oh, actually, we'll just do this. Let me move this down below here. Oh, I see what you mean. There we go. Oh, I can see this. Okay, I get an idea. But I like the idea of the white background and then my screen merges into it, right? I like that. And then it doesn't look like there's a separation here. And then what I can do is I can put a little black box or something around my face cam. Move that away. Okay, let's do this. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. You've piqued my interest now. Piqued the little creative interest I have in life. I'm just joking, but what is this? Oh, that's another white background. Okay, let me turn that off. Let me actually just get rid of that. I don't need that. All right. So, do you like, okay, let me ask you this, and I might just go ahead and end stream, try to actually fix this, and I might restart it later, to be honest. Do you like these at the top? So I'm going to have 3 of these, same exact 3 areas. Do you like these at the top, or do you like them at the bottom? in the middle. And then I'm going to find the issue I have with my camera is I want it to be smaller, but I also don't want to have all this empty space. That makes sense. Let's see, you live trading as well. There should be some traders on right now. On YouTube Shorts. Top or bottom? Bottom gets cut off by the little markers, so I'll put it somewhere up here. I'll figure it out somewhere up there. I need to figure out a way so this blends in a little bit more. Maybe create a little black box outline right here. Or have a black separation line. That might be a good way. So I have a black separation line. Add some color. Maybe instead of a white background, have a multicolored background. Okay, yeah, let me place it in the bottom. So let's move this up here. Camera up there. And let's say if I was to place it right here, I find a way for my camera. Can you see it? Is it visual? Like, I know that's very disorganized, but is that easy to see? Cam at left. Cam left. Oh, Cam's better at left. Let me see. I can also pull it up to see what you're seeing since I'm... Oh, okay, I see. I'm a little bit cut off on the cam. So maybe a little bit right. Maybe something like that. And I'll figure out all the details to make it more visually appealing. But like something, I don't know, something like that generally. It looks like it's cut off, so maybe what I can do is, that's not actually